All right, today we continue our look at some of the best cornerbacks in the NFL with Stephon Gilmore for the New England Patriots and their matchup against the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers got a lot of young receivers who have some talent and who defenses maybe lack the experience and film against, and obviously one of the top quarterbacks in the game in Aaron Rodgers. So definitely a big time game, a challenging game for Gilmore. We'll start off right away. He is up top, and he's going to be matched up on the number one receiver in man coverage. All right, so we're gonna notice this repetitively as we watch Gilmore. He is good at finding his way through traffic. And this wasn't too crazy. Like, it was a crosser, but he's aware that linebacker is in front of him. He gets himself in a real good position here. A little bit of hand on him, then gets underneath that receiver, really takes that away. And it's tough in this situation to get into that position. He does have some inside help from the backer, who ends up flowing away pretty quickly. But he would have inside help from the backer in a lot of situations, but really gets right underneath that and takes that right away. That's a good job. That's a good rep right there. Later in the same drive, that opening drive, again, he's going to be at the top. So this is pretty impressive here. We'll take a look at it first. He's up top on the number one receiver. He's an outside corner, so that's what he does. All right, as I said before, he is good at letting things sort out. And this is a great example of that. So right here, it looks like man coverage. And I'm assuming unless he just did it on his own, they must have some sort of adjustment where it's like a matchup man sort of scenario, because it definitely looks like man. You see the backers working across here when the back goes out, and then gets caught up in all of this. And what does Gilmore do? He gets himself out of that and slides to the side and makes that tackle. It's a first down, but it's 3rd and 2. They're probably going to get a first down. Getting there and making a play on this. Limiting the yardage. Sorting through all that. That's really good. That's really impressive. So shows how slippery you can be. And also just the skill level. Makes a good tackle on that one. All right, so we're going to skip on to later in the quarter. Down in the goal line now. He's up at the top. All right, we'll watch the play first. All right, so now we see he does have some inside help here. Real nice and patient. Not flying out of there. Aware that a fade could be coming, but not turning and running and bailing out. And then he matches up on that crosser. Right on that upfield shoulder. He knows he has some help inside. Matches up on that crosser. That's a good job there. Thinking about that touchdown throw, thinking about that back corner throw first, and then getting in there on the in-cutting route. All right, so this is the next play after a penalty. Move them back. This is the next play. And now Gilmore, who is an outside corner, now he's going inside. So in that scenario, it's going to be a man coverage, man situation. So we'll look at him. He's lined up here on the number 3 receiver. That's really the only other spot we saw him in this game. All right. So the Packers saw something on film. This is the second play in a row they're trying to hit into that corner against this Patriots defense. Okay, so once again, real patient, not flying out like crazy. Maintain the position he wants to be in. He knows he has inside help. And look, when stuff gets messy, he gets his way around it. He doesn't get picked here. He bumps into his own guy, but he keeps running. He runs to the ball. And a critical thing here, he doesn't look back. Right? Oh, look back, make the interception. No, you're not going to make the interception. This is Aaron Rodgers. I mean, it could very well be just about any NFL quarterback, though, right? If you're not in position, you're not getting the pick. These guys are too good. They're not throwing the ball up for grabs. So when you're out of position, you keep running to the ball, and you play the ball off of the receiver's hands, all right? Keep running to the receiver. Don't look for the ball. Play the ball off of the receiver's hands. That's a real good job on that rep right there. All right, later in the quarter, he's going to be up top now. We'll take a look here. Number one receiver up top. All right, so we have a cover two look here. He gets his hands on this receiver, right? Maintains the body position on the receiver. Make sure he's releasing inside, and then he sinks off. Okay, he sees he has a threat to the flat, so he flattens out. Really kind of starts to lean on that and find that route with his back. That's a good job there. All right. Once again, now we're in a 3-by-1, and he is on the number 3 receiver here. He's lined up real tight. We'll look at it. All right. So, not sticking with the man, not a man coverage look here, even though he's playing inside. Gets his hands on that route, sees the crosser, jumps right onto it. Again, this is a situation where, a lot of times you end up, the defender ends up getting picked here. That opens up that crossing route. This guy doesn't get picked. Hands on, see that route, jump it. That's a really good job there. We're going to go into the second quarter now. All right, he's up at the top of the screen again, playing the left side now. All right, so this is a really good play. We don't really see him get involved in the run game, but this gives you an idea kind of of his pursuit and his tackling and how he's disciplined when he's pursuing the ball. All right, really right now, they're throwing this little screen out here to this receiver, right? And they don't have enough guys to block. All right, so what they're trying to do is they're trying to make Gilmore make a decision, and the receiver is going to play off of that. Gilmore is making the right decision right now. Okay, he jumps inside. There's nothing out there to stop that receiver. It's going to be pursuit. It's probably going to be McCourty over here running him down at an angle. Hopefully, otherwise they don't have much. Gilmore sits outside and literally just. If he sat outside and literally just standed there and the receiver is forced to come back in, at least there's more than just McCourty. All right, these backers are pursuing, Chung's pursuing. There's more action there. That's going to sew that thing in better. All right, so he has to do that. He has to stay outside. All right, that's what his job is. So he's disciplined. He's outside of that. The receiver cuts back, and then he scrapes over this block just like a linebacker would with an inside line block. He scrapes right over that. Comes inside and makes the tackle. All right, so I'm getting 6 yards on it. All right, productive play. All right, but it's not a play. You're getting really hurt on though. All right, so productive play for them, but a very good play by Gilmore to limit what they get on that play. All right, now he's going to be at the bottom. We'll take a look here. All right, very patient, very disciplined. He's got his eyes on the receiver. He's got his eyes on the receiver's hips. Receiver comes to the out. Goes to the out. Stays in the outfield shoulder. Starts to flatten out with it. Now he sees the receiver working up, and he stays right with it. Manages to stay once again right on top of that route. He's got that receiver stacked, and now he's in position to make the play. We talked about before, if you're not in position, you can't play the ball. He's earned it here. He can play the ball. All right, now the receiver, Davante Adams, it's a cliche, but he becomes the defender here. All right, he's out of position. He's not where that ball's going. So he gets his hand up there and tries to knock it down, which he does successfully. So good defense by Davante Adams on that one, but great defense and great positioning at the front end from our man, Mr. Gilmore. All right, now he's going to be up on the top. We'll take a look here. All right. He's got the deep route, matches up on it very well. Again, patient. Turns his hips a little faster than I'd like to see. He could have been undercut there, but reasonably patient with it. And look at the way he matches up on that. They don't have any kind of throw there. All right, starting to get some width, the receiver is. Gilmore cuts that down, gets right on his shoulder, right underneath him. Real good position. Bottom of the screen now. Once again, really good position on that fade. We see that he runs by it at the end, though. All right, want to make sure he's got his eyes on the hip. All right, he starts to look back. So, really right now, though, the receiver's looking back. So that's what he's playing off of. Receivers expecting the ball, so that's why he's turning and looking, which is generally going to get you. So really, that's not like a comeback sort of look there from the receiver. That's the receiver realizing the play's not coming to him. All right, so he's in position where he's earned the right to be able to play the ball, so he can do that there. Bottom of the screen once again. All right. So I said before that he was turning a little bit fast, and here we see the negative of that. So he turns a little bit prematurely here, right? Opens up his hips because he thinks that receiver is going deep, and he's trying to stay on top of that route, all right? That's an important thing to do, but when you open up your hips too soon, you allow yourself to get cut on. So receiver cuts to the inside here. Gilmore's forced a bicycle turn or speed turn. That means he continues. He basically turns all the way around to make the cut instead of coming back to it. That's something that when you put yourself in a bad position like this, people will do. All right, but he is in man coverage. And look at all that space. He still hasn't cut down all that space. Lots of room for them to complete that pass if that's where Rodgers goes with it. We're going to go to the second half now. All right, this is the second play of the half. Gilmore's going to be at the top of the screen. All right, playing pretty tight. This ends up being a cover 3 look, though. He bails out pretty quickly here. You can see him cheating out already pre-snap. All right, bails out. Now he's got to be on top. He's not in bad position here. You know, because his hips are the way he is with the technique he's playing, he's got to turn back around to it. But really, this is more of a flat route, which is really on this linebacker. So the linebacker's working out here. He turns the wrong way. He should be in a little bit better position there too. But you know what? This is Aaron Rodgers. This is a good throw on the sideline in a place where nobody but his guy has a chance to catch the ball. And his guy ends up not catching the ball. This play, this actually gets reversed. So overall, I mean, not bad. And then look, the way he's coming around, breaking on, he's really helping somebody else in an adjacent zone here. Because he's responsible for this thing deep. The linebacker's underneath on it. So not a bad job there. Up top once again. All right. So you may have noticed the receiver on the bottom catch the deep pass. He's open. Guess what? Gilmore's guy's wide open too. That's Davante Adams. Does a great job here with his stem. Adams does. All right. With his release, excuse me. Does a great job with the release. Really sells that he's going outside, which is understandable. He's lined up tight. A lot of times they're going to go tight so they can go outside. All right, they're going to line up tight so they have room to work outside, or they're going to, they sometimes try and cross the field. But that's probably what Gilmore's thinking a little bit. He jumps this thing, trying to maintain position. Adams is able to get right back inside on him and works his way up the numbers. Got a step on Gilmore, got a couple steps on Gilmore. All right. So he's in really good position there too. That would be a great place to go. That'd be a great throw for Rodgers if he went in that direction. Obviously, he's got a nice throw on the other side too, though. Watch it again. He hops outside. All right. Not looking at the hips here because Adams' hips aren't going to turn to the outside. Right? See, he gives a little shoulder fake, but he never turns his hips all the way out there. He hops back to the inside. Gilmore's already out there. He's got a step on him. Beats him in transition there. All right, later in the quarter, on the bottom of the screen. What are we doing this time? We're going out way too soon, right? Again, opens up his hips, opens up the inside release. All right, Rodgers goes big here. All right, but that's a great throw. All right, that's probably a move the chains throw. He's forced to bicycle turn again because he turns the wrong way, comes around. Look at all that space for them to make that catch. Maybe not quite a first down, but that's going to get them, moving in the right direction. It's going to get them close to that area. It was 3rd and 7, so might have been a little bit risky, but could have been a first down throw there. All right, up top. He's playing tight end, number 1 receiver. We'll take a look here. Now, this is awesome. Here he's definitely looking at the hips, right? He's reading those hips. He's staying on that route. This guy's trying to get him with the outside release as well. Okay, trying to sell the outside release again. He stays disciplined. He stays square. Comes back. He's able to match up on it because he doesn't have to flip his hips all the way around. And then he matches right up on that in cut as well. Receiver gets a little bit of space on it, but there he goes, cutting it down. Great position. All right, awesome way to mirror the receiver and cut right with him on that one. That's a good job. All right, 4th quarter now. He is up top. All right. So he goes to break right there, but he also kind of sits on it, right? He's breaking real hard to begin with, looking for a quick throw. All right, but then he doesn't get too excited. He gets himself into position. He sits there. He waits on it. The guy moves in and out. He stays right there on top of it. It's good patience there, maintaining good position. All right. Now he does give him a little bit more room than you'd like, especially when he breaks to the inside here. So he's being a little bit conservative with it. You can close down that space just a little bit and still be able to mirror with him and stay with him in that position. On the bottom this time. Take it back. On the bottom. Playing real tight. And then matches up on that vertical release and gets right up on top of it right here. Matches up on that vertical release. Get the shoulder right on it. All right, so he's good with the vertical balls. Good with those vertical routes. Here again at the top. We see he can get a little too excited on those though, right? Bails too fast, has to bicycle turn. Now he cuts down that space real fast and gets right on there. All right, so I don't love that he has to bicycle turn. I don't love that he's turning too fast. But look at the speed to match back up on that thing. All right, there's definitely a window there for that ball to get thrown in, but he closes that window pretty quickly. That's a good job, especially when you got to consider the deep ball is the number one thing you got to worry about. So if they're doing something right, it's good that it's that. All right, so we're going to look at the bottom again here. Back to the bottom. A little high in his back pedal, but matches right up on that vertical route. And we see that great position he ends up getting in here. Boom. Look at that. Right, maybe it's slightly underneath that receiver and inside of him. That's the spot you want to be in. That's a really good job there. Okay, again, doing a great job playing on those vertical routes. Bottom of the screen. This is going to be the last play of the game. It's 4th down. Packers trying to stay alive. He's in the bottom here. Didn't bail too fast on that one, right? So good job here. They're just trying to get the first down. He did turn his hips, but he kept his eyes on the man. All right, kept his eyes back on the man. And even though he's in front of him, he's in position. He's athletic enough. He can make a break up on that. And he is all over that route. That's a great job. We're going to watch it real quick from the tight. I think we're probably going to get a good look at it from the tight as well. Let me slow it down. This might go pretty fast. All right, so we can see, yeah, he's right in there. Rodgers just throws up a prayer to the outside, hoping he can get something. but nothing doing. All right, so that's it for Gilmore. Keep tuned in, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Coach Minnick, which is down below the @ for my Twitter, and also my Instagram is in the description. So be sure to give me a follow on there and check back every week. I will be looking at one of the league's top cornerbacks in a recent game and breaking down some of the key plays in that game, the good and the bad that they do in each of those games. So thank you for watching, and thank you for watching for this long. Please subscribe and follow me on Twitter and Instagram.